Police say Main Street business is cooperating. A busy week for the schools. We'll tell you about Buy Recycled. And Linda Hutchinrider wraps up her 2 decades as town clerk. It's Monday, June 10th, 2013. I'm Sarah Colvin. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. We'll start off today's show with the schools. Barnstable's class of 2013 graduated on Saturday, but that doesn't mean it's summer vacation for everyone. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mary Chakowski, says it'll be a busy week starting with the CPAC meeting.
The parents and I that attended the 3-day conference with Dr. Gizzard are going to be presenting a draft proposal to the CPAC parents tonight. So that's at 6:30. We have school committee tomorrow night. Wednesday night, we're going to be honoring our retirees. We have and it's going to be in the high school cafeteria. We have got about 35 attendees that are going to be joining us and wishing them farewell. We also have our Memorial Garden presentation that's going to take place either Wednesday night or Thursday night, depending on the weather. But it's outside in the Memorial Garden. And as you know, we've lost a student, Anthony Beverly, and a teacher, Caitlin Mitchell, that we're going to be honoring at the memorial ceremony this week. And we've also got Friday, we've got the 50th anniversary of Hyannis West, and Saturday night we have a principal that's retiring, Donna Lee Forloni, a retirement dinner over at Alberto. So it's going to be a busy week again, but lots of good things going on. Very proud of what we're doing in our community and our schools.
Meanwhile, Energy Coordinator Richard Elrick is working on a Buy Recycled plan for the town in which purchasing used equipment and furniture is encouraged.
When we buy and procure the different products that we do, whether it's paper goods, whether it's furniture, it really doesn't matter what the product is that we procure. There's almost always an opportunity to buy a product that isn't new, that isn't made of virgin materials. And so I and David Anthony are trying to draft a Buy Recycled policy that would guide department heads and give them a little bit more knowledge about what they should procure that achieves that Buy Recycled label. And this doesn't mean that you would have to consistently buy products that are more expensive, which is sometimes the case when you buy recycle. It simply means that if there's you're required to do it whenever it's practical to do so. In other words, you look at all of the different products that are available, and each department head would do his and her best to purchase those products that meet the policy.
At this morning's licensing authority hearing, Lieutenant John Murphy praised the partnership between the police department and Main Street bars and restaurants, especially as we head into the busy summer season.
The police department's been very busy. I just wanted to brief the board on a licensing issue. It's really not a licensing violation issue, but it's more to bring to the board's attention the level of cooperation that the police department has obtained from the bars and restaurants on Main Street in light of a recent spat of violence we've had towards the end of April. I'm sure the board's aware towards the end of April we had 2 shootings in Hyannis on West Main Street, in which 2 people went to the hospital, and several days later on Erin Lane, in which a residence was shot at. The cases are still open, and I really can't get into the details of the investigation, but the shooting on West Main Street, the victims, just prior to the shooting, had left a licensed establishment on Main Street. In light of that fact, and the police department's fear of retaliatory violence based on these 2 shootings, we had a meeting with the several bars and restaurants on Main Street, just an informational meeting just to identify where the investigation was going and what we were doing with. That resulted in a very positive feedback back and forth between the police department and the restaurant and bar owners. And I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention, that the level of cooperation is unprecedented in my mind. I've been around a little bit, and I've just never seen the police department under Chief McDonald's leadership have such a good working relationship with the businesses on Main Street.
Stephen Marr announced to the group that soon a sting operation will take place to check compliance.
Great. I just wanted to let the board know and to let all the restaurant owners out there know that within the next couple of weeks, we are going to start stings.
The sting is
So
going to
this
start.
is one
when?
more warning that we're going to
When's it
do
going
it
to start now?
within the next few weeks.
Next few weeks.
Former town clerk Linda Hutchenreiter says that swearing in is one of the most important duties of a town clerk, and last Friday she got to do just that as her final duty after more than 2 decades as town clerk. Last Friday, Hutchenreiter swore in Ann Quirk as town clerk. We bring you footage from that ceremony now on Barnstable Today.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be here today to swear in Ann Quirk as our new town clerk. We've kind of joked about that, Ann Quirk, town clerk. But Ann, to me, has been a blessing to our office. She not only has been a wonderful assistant, but she came with a lot of knowledge. She's been a manager in her past life. She's going to be an absolutely wonderful town clerk. And I have an absolutely wonderful staff. And they're going to be supportive of her, and life goes on. And there are 2 things in a town clerk's life that are 2 of the most important duties. One of them is running an election, and the other one is swearing people into office. So this is my last thing to do as the town clerk. And it is with love and honor and pleasure that I am now asking you, Ann Quirk, to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ann Quirk,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the ordinances and charter
and the ordinances and charter
of the town of Barnstable,
of the town of Barnstable,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully perform the duties
faithfully perform the duties
of the office of town clerk
of the office of town clerk
of the town of Barnstable
of the town of Barnstable,
during my continuance therein,
during my continuance therein,
so help me God.
so help me God. These shoes, as we all know, are rather large, and I'm going to do my best for the town of Barnstable. There's no way anyone could fill those shoes. She's a unique, tenacious, dynamo, passionate. I didn't say that. Cracker Jack. She's all of the above, and I was blessed the day she walked into my life. So thank you very much, and I'm here.
And finally, the town is celebrating a big birthday next year, 375 years. Plenty of festivities are being planned, and right now the town is calling for all ages and all abilities to submit a logo design, which will be used in a variety of ways, including in all marketing materials. Cash prizes will be awarded for first, second, and third place. We've extended the contest deadline to June 18th. You can submit entries via email to barnstable375@town.barnstable.ma.us or via snail mail addressed to the town manager's office. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.